Hello there, family. I didn't see you there. And welcome back to another edition of Crenshaw Corner. I am Sanchez Crenshaw, and as always, I am joined by the absolute best part of my day. The wind beneath my wings. The apple of my eye.
Thank you.
The Joni to my Chachi.
Happy days.
First of all, once again, that took you entirely too long. But actually, I was not referring to Happy Days.
Ain't that Chachi and Joni?
Yeah, but what was their show?
Happy days.
No, they were on Happy Days, but then they got their own show. What was their show?
Joni and Chachi?
Close.
I don't know.
Joni loves Chachi. I mean, how obvious could it be?
I gave you my obvious answer and you didn't like it.
I'm just saying, because it wasn't. Technically, you was right, but that's not the show I was referring to.
Then you should have just let me be right.
No, not really, dog. If it's not the show I'm referring to.
Anyway, what's going on, family? What is going on? I am Angela Crenshaw. Guys, what is
That's my wife, family.
Family,
that's my wife.
I was going to make that longer. Why you try to take me down?
I didn't take you down.
Oh, okay.
I mean, you can do it as long as you want to.
I mean, I saw you on the board, so I didn't know what was happening.
I was adjusting the music.
Okay,
I was fading the music out.
That was nice.
Wow.
You're such a good producer.
This is okay. So
what's going on,
the Crenshaw
family?
Corner gmail.com. The Crenshaw Corner gmail.com.
Yes, that's.
I'm still looking for resumes.
He's not. And
I'm just saying.
You notice that no one has sent you one.
I've got a couple.
You have not.
Got a couple.
I check the mail too.
I'm just saying, I got a couple.
Listen.
Got a couple.
If I find out that Denise Robinson let something slip by me,
I'm just saying.
It's going down.
All right, little trivia though.
Okay.
So
we just did trivia. I don't want to do it.
We're gonna do a little trivia. So you were technically you already answered one of them because I was gonna say.
Go ahead, baby.
All right. So Johnny.
What?
Joni Loves Chachi was a spinoff of what show? And you said it, Happy Days.
Okay.
But Happy Days was also a spinoff of another show. What was the show?
I don't know.
Seriously?
No, for real. Why would I know that?
Why wouldn't you know that?
Why do you know that? Let's talk about why you know this stuff.
Because most Americans know this.
I'm American. I don't know.
I question that too.
Whatever. Okay, so, okay.
So Joni Loves Chachi was a spinoff
of Happy Days.
But Happy Days was a spinoff of another show.
Ridgemont High?
Who?
I don't know. I just thought of Fonzie's jacket and thought of It wasn't at Ridgemont High? I think that was way after.
Did you really say Ridgemont High?
Because I was thinking of Archie. Wasn't that Ridgemont?
That's Riverdale.
Riverdale. Wow.
That is Riverdale. That has nothing to do with what I'm talking about right now.
Okay, give me a moment. Let me go into my Rolodex. I don't know.
Seriously?
Baby, I don't know.
You didn't go in farther enough.
Okay, go ahead.
So, Happy Days was a spinoff of a show called Love American Style. Why are you looking at me like a blank stare, though?
I know the song. I don't know the show.
Yeah, so Love American Style.
Love American Style.
Yeah.
People wanna do.
It was a...
Wasn't it a dating show, though?
No, it wasn't a dating show. Basically what it was a... I don't want to say... It wasn't a skit show, but it was a show made up of different smaller stories. So the entire show, it was like segments of just different stories.
Right.
And you introduce different characters. They do the scenarios like 3 or 4 minute episodes.
Carol Burnett.
No, it was Carol Burnett was more of a variety show.
But that's what I feel like you saying right now.
Yeah, but it wasn't like acts. It was it was like short stories.
Okay.
And one of them was actually
the Cunninghams.
The Cunninghams. It was the father. Which it was and actually turned into Happy Days, but it came from Love American Style.
I love the mom.
Mrs. Cunningham?
Yes, I loved her.
I'm just saying.
She was my girl.
Why was she your girl?
Everything about her. She just was free. She was just, she was just free and kind and gentle. She wasn't deep and complicated.
She was not the typical 50s, 60s television mom.
She was hip. Yeah,
actually she was. She was not that. Yeah, she was. Wow, you just gonna do that? She wasn't that typical docile.
Yeah.
Just do what I'm gonna just do whatever you say.
She was free will.
Yeah, she was a cool person.
She was a cool person.
Okay.
How we got here? Okay, family.
It was just trivia.
Okay.
But the family knew. The family knew Love American Style. I'm telling you, they did.
I'm gonna go look this up.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna look it up now.
It's a really good show.
No, but is this something you did with Grandma?
Actually, no. I found that show on my own. Okay. It was a lot of different shows I used to watch as a child.
Oh, you're gonna talk about them? Okay,
I'm just
great.
saying, Love
Go
American
ahead.
Style. Actually, one of my favorite shows growing up was Dobie Gillis. Once again, blank stare. Seriously? So you've never heard of Dobie Gillis either?
And I'm not gonna act like I do. No.
Maynard G. Krabs?
Who?
Okay. Do you remember Gilligan from Gilligan's Island?
I remember Gilligan from Gilligan's Island.
But his first big gig was he was a sidekick. He was the best friend to Dobie Gillis.
Okay.
And he was a beatnik.
Okay, baby.
So he was...
You gonna be okay today?
I'm just saying. You know what a beatnik is, right?
No, tell me, baby.
Oh, Lord. Seriously?
Go ahead,
This
baby.
is crazy.
Go
This is
ahead.
crazy out here.
Go ahead.
So, all right. So when you go back to like the 60s and it's like you see like they're in the clubs and they doing the poetry and they doing the bongos
baby,
and
I
they
know.
snapping.
And they got Tams on, baby. I'm just messing with you.
I don't know sometimes. Well, yeah, he was a beatnik.
You know, like snack.
Exactly. So he would do poetry. He was a beatnik. He had the bongos. He had the goatee. Exactly.
And the sun rose high.
Exactly. And then Dobie Gillis was was the main character of the show.
Okay.
And it was just him just dating, and it was like his love life. It was a really cool show. What? Dobie Gillis.
Apologize to the family.
Why am I apologizing to the family?
Because how many minutes we in this?
They know what I'm talking about.
But how many minutes?
There is somebody in the family that knows what I'm talking about.
As usual, because I'm always at family. If you know what Sanchez is speaking of, go on to Instagram, tweet, Facebook us, and be like, Ange,
Look,
I got Sanchez back. I know exactly. I would love to see how many people know what he's talking about.
I am not the only person
I didn't say
that
you
watched
was.
Nick at Night growing up. I am not the only one.
Okay, I'm just saying.
So, family,
What's up, family?
I don't know what happened.
I had to move my face away from the mic because I was gonna laugh so loud.
I don't
Go
know
ahead.
what happened. Just kind of little.
Go ahead.
Early on in the program, just a
Yes.
little sidetracked. Early on in the program.
Earlier in the
I don't even know if
program.
I thanked the family yet.
You haven't said nothing.
Family,
But
thank
trivia.
you. I'm just saying. Family, thank you. Thank you so much for being a part. Thank you for listening.
Thank you.
However you found us, for our new family members, welcome. This is what you get. Welcome.
Yeah, so that's what we're gonna say tonight.
I'm just saying, this is what you
ain't
get.
got nothing
Welcome.
else. You-
I'm gonna finish it off with it.
Okay.
I want to start with this is what you get. This is what you
Okay.
walk into, family.
Okay.
So
Bless
for our
your
new
heart.
family members, however you're listening,
Yes.
whether it's iTunes,
Come
whether it's
on.
Podbean, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Amazon Music, whether it's Google Play, whether it's iHeartRadio, on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com.
Yes.
Welcome to the family.
Welcome to the family, y'all. Y'all got this ticket.
Yeah, we are so happy you found us.
Yes.
And for our returning family members,
Oh my goodness.
you already know how we feel about you.
Oh my goodness, y'all.
Now, new family members, we love you.
We love you.
We truly do. There is a place in our heart for you.
But the returners.
But there is something about the returning family
Yes,
members
family. We love you.
that listen to our crazy
Yes.
and still rock with us
and actually reach out to us.
and reach out to us and tell us, we know y'all crazy,
Yeah.
but we still gonna take the
listen.
journey.
Right. We just gonna still listen.
And we appreciate you.
Yes.
And as always, welcome to the cookout. Make sure you bring some aluminum foil so you can what?
Take some with you.
So you can take
you some
something with you.
Crenshaw nuggets.
Yeah, family, typically it takes us a little longer to go down a rabbit hole.
I don't know. This is the second time this has happened.
Yeah, it actually
I think
was.
it keeps happening with your trivia.
It's my trivia.
Because it seems like you keep going 80, 70, 60. We're going to be back to the 20s soon.
I'm just saying.
I mean, you just back there as
I'm
if
just
you
saying.
think I should know
I
what we're
could say
speaking
you the
about.
Alice to my Ralph.
Listen. Now, I did watch The Honeymooners. Don't
There you
play
go.
with me now.
That took you too long,
No,
too.
I was, no. Don't play with The Honeymooners.
All right, so if you really watch The Honeymooners,
Oh, my goodness.
what was Ralph's line? He always said to Alice,
Big Bang Book. No, mm-mm.
close, close.
Poom, pow, ping. That's something like
Poom, pow, ping. Did you really
Wait.
just say poom, pow,
Straight
ping?
to the moon, Alice.
That's it. Bam, zoom, straight to the moon. That's it. You go straight to the moon, Alice.
Yes,
straight to the moon.
Is we not gonna finish this?
I'm saying.
housekeeping?
So, family, every once and again, we may go down a rabbit hole. Like right now.
Like right now.
We're
Like right
we're
now,
almost
y'all.
10 minutes into this episode. And,
Are we
and-
really?
Yeah, we're about 10 minutes in.
It's Freedom Friday, baby.
Freedom Friday.
Just got paid Friday night.
Wow. Even though I don't see my checks. What I'm saying.
What are you trying to say again, babe?
I'm not trying to say anything.
So what are you saying?
You
babe?
embezzling.
I'm not embezzling you. embezzling.
You embezzling.
I'm not embezzling your money.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna stop saying embezzling.
Okay.
I'm gonna just say creative bookkeeping.
I don't.
Very creative
I'm not even
bookkeeping.
gonna do this with you.
I'm just saying.
Carry on, my brother.
So, family, every once and again, we may go down a rabbit hole.
Yes.
The beginning topic may not be the middle topic, may not be the end topic.
Yeah, pray.
If you notice right now, we haven't even gave a topic.
Right, but pray, y'all.
But one thing we always try to do, we always try to leave you with something. We always try to give you a different perspective, just a different outlook on life. We try to leave you with something that you can take something with you. So that's why we say, bring your aluminum foil.
So you can take
Make
something
sure you
with
take something with you.
Yeah, sometimes you can just bring your aluminum foil in your freezer bag, like your Ziploc bag, because that's when it get deep.
Don't be that auntie.
What?
Don't be that auntie.
They pull out the pocketbook,
Don't
aluminum
pull
foil
that auntie
and the Ziploc
that
bag.
come out with the aluminum foil
And
and
the
the Ziploc bags even before everybody eat.
Well, you just,
Don't be that auntie.
Yes, you can be that auntie. Just go on and get ready. Just
Okay.
accept it.
So, baby, you said it. You said it's Freedom Friday,
It's Freedom Friday.
which is a beautiful thing.
It is a beautiful thing, but we're not gonna be on the socials.
Because we are on the socials.
But you didn't say it.
Because I forgot, actually. I forgot. I really did.
Yo.
So, family.
Family, it's a throwaway. Y'all just go ahead.
Nah, rock with us, family.
Y'all
turn it off. Don't turn it off, family.
I don't even know what to say.
You're going to miss out. Don't turn it off.
I don't even know what to say.
So, we consider ourselves an interactive podcast.
We are.
So, what that means is that we can be found on the socials.
Come on now.
We're on Instagram.
Yes.
We're on Twitter.
Yes.
We're on Facebook.
Yes.
All in the Crenshaw Corner.
So we're not on MySpace.
No, we're not on MySpace.
Dang.
And we're not on AOL.
Yeah, that's
We're not on Tinder.
Okay, great. Swipe left. Swipe left.
And
people.
family, of course, you can always reach us at our email address at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Now, baby, so 13 minutes in and we finished housekeeping.
Wow.
So we're done. Housekeeping's done.
We're done.
We're done.
So it's Freedom Friday.
Freedom Friday.
It is Freedom Friday.
I just got paid.
Friday night.
It's Friday night.
Party jumping.
The party jumping.
Is it supposed to like getting
And
right?
I don't see my money.
What? Okay. So this is what I want to do.
What you want to
We
do?
got questions and answers.
Oh, we're doing that again.
Yes.
Okay.
We got a couple. We don't have a lot. And
We got a couple?
we got a couple.
All right, cool.
And
What's up?
I picked out of the couple that we had. I picked 1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay. Do me a favor. Repeat that sentence again.
I picked a couple, which is 2.
Right.
But I picked 4.
Okay. So
They're double dating.
so we received a couple.
Though we received several.
Okay. But you started the sentence by saying
I know, right?
we received a couple.
Right.
Last time I checked, a couple was 2.
Okay, so we received several
Okay, thank you very much.
questions, and then we decided to pick 4 out the several questions that we could discuss, because some of them, if we discuss them, we would be here longer than the hour that we supposed to be.
All right, cool. So we received questions.
You gonna why are you?
Never saw the questions.
Why are you recapping?
You chose the questions, but we chose.
Yes.
That's that French again. You
Yes.
speaking French.
We did.
I got you.
We did. Because the ones that I chose for us that we chose.
The one that you chose for us that we chose.
Right. You're going to enjoy.
All right.
It's crazy like that,
It's
right?
crazy like that.
Like,
just like with my money.
don't do that.
I enjoy the things I don't see.
No. That's what marriage is about.
Apparently so.
Going in blind.
That's what they tell me.
Going in with blind faith.
Blind faith is what they call it.
Yes, blind
I
faith.
call it creative bookkeeping.
Yeah, whatever. Are you ready?
I am.
This one is particular.
Chris Carter.
What did I just say?
I don't know, but I said Chris Carter.
What?
I'm calling Chris.
Oh, our accountant.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes, sir.
I was looking
Yes,
at
sir.
you
I'm calling
like,
Chris.
what? I'm thinking you're talking about trivia. Okay,
Nope.
our
Chris Carter.
accountant.
I need you to release the books to Mr. Carter. I need you to release them.
The books.
Nope.
Just forget it.
I'm just saying.
Just forget it.
Just understand that Mr. Carter will be contacting you,
Thank you.
and I need you to release all the books.
Hey, Chris.
Release them.
By the way, Chris is amazing.
He is.
He's an amazing person.
He is.
He just was spotlighted for the AKAs in their, I think, newsletter or something like that, and they spotlighted him.
The AKA spotlighter?
It was pretty cool.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. He's a great guy.
He really is.
But anyway, so you ready?
I am ready.
And this is exactly how
Freedom Friday.
Freedom Friday. This is exactly how it was said to me. 6 months, really? Okay. So 6 months, really? You weren't scared? Getting married in 6 months of knowing each other?
Yeah.
Really? So it's a second part to that, but let's talk about that.
So let's start there.
So yeah.
All right. So family, let's unpack that for a second.
But we did already. I don't even know why they still. I guess because we never talk.
We mention it.
We swing past it.
Yeah, we talk about it like it's normal.
Right. Okay.
We've normalized it.
Right. All right.
We talk about it like it's normal, but when you think about it, and once again, so let me unpack it for our new family members and for the family members that may not know.
Yeah.
So that question is actually related to our story, the Crenshaw story.
The Crenshaw story.
And like my wife just said, we've made mention of it in the past.
Yeah.
But my wife and I never dated.
Never.
We actually didn't start dating till after we got married. Is what we did.
Different.
So,
we're different, y'all.
Yeah, a little different.
We're different.
So my wife and I met in August of actually late August
of 99.
Of 1999.
1999.
And then by February of 2000, we were married.
Yep. Actually, so it's really like 6.5 months.
Yeah, but
give us some credit, people.
Yeah, but it's basically us. We co-workers. We met in training on a new job.
On a new job.
And fate would have it that we ended up sitting beside each other. My wife, as always, was very aggressive. She saw this young red man, and she just knew she had to have him.
I'm gonna let you tell your story.
That's how I remember.
Okay, but that's how I remember. I'm not even gonna stop you from telling your story. Go ahead.
Tall, red with an afro. She just had, and she licked her cougar lips, and she just said, "I gotta have them."
Is that?
That's how I remember.
Really?
That's how I remember.
Now, here's the thing about it, which
Yes,
everybody don't know. At that time, Sanchez's hair was red.
It was.
His hair was actually red.
Yeah, it
was red.
It was red, and it was really a fro. I had a big fro.
Yeah, it was crazy. So the way that I remembered it, sir,
I don't like the way you remember it.
Is that we just sat next to each other.
So you don't remember it right.
And I believe you was coming from a club or a chick house. I
recall. Why would you believe that?
You was still like he was high, because he used to get high, y'all. Don't let him.
Wow, you out here telling my business.
Let's tell the truth.
Wow, you feds, feds, any members of the family that's in the feds of the DEA? It is a joke. She is telling a joke.
21 years ago, and you sat next to me, and so unprofessional, because first of all, you in the training room with your sunglasses on. That was so unprofessional.
It was.
On your first day,
it was,
bruh. And he sat next to me.
I didn't have any Visine.
Right. Like I said, hi.
Yeah, I didn't have any Visine.
And he sat next to me. I think you had on a sweatsuit.
I did.
You did?
I did.
I could tell you exactly what you had on.
Oh, you remember?
You had on some blue sweatpants, and you had a sky blue and dark blue jersey.
I did.
Yes, you did, bro.
I did. My Duke blue.
I bet you don't know what I had on. Don't even lie. Nope, I didn't.
How you gonna say?
I just realized I actually remembered that.
You had on like a business suit. You had on like knit pants and like a knit jacket, and it was like 90 degrees outside.
I stayed fly, boo.
Yeah.
It's my first day.
Yeah, but nah, you did. You had on a business suit.
I had a suit on.
Yeah, you had like it was the black suit.
Wasn't black, but I did have on a business suit.
Yeah, you had on a business suit.
I came to work. I don't know what you came to play.
I came to get a check.
I came to work.
I came to get a check.
I came to work.
They said, we giving out checks. You want one?
They did not.
I said, eyes here.
And this is the height of when this company had just basically first started.
Well, no, it's not when it first. It's when it first opened up with customer service.
Yeah, that's what in Charlotte.
Yeah, in Charlotte,
yeah. Yes. And so he sat next to me, and he turned to me to ask me something.
I said, yeah, it was something random.
And I was like, who? I said, first of all, take these sunglasses off.
Yeah, she went off on me too.
And I was like, and then when he took them off, I said, look at me when you talk to me. If you can't look me in my eyes when you talk to me, don't talk to me, because I can't trust you.
Well, I was squinting, so.
You were high.
I was squinting.
You was high. So at that point, we became really good friends. Yeah. I think we said it on before on on one of the podcasts that he wrote to me and was like, you're going to keep me straight. Because he was just so off the...
I was different then.
You were different. Not even different. That. He come in with the sweatsuit, the sunglasses. He scanning the room for what chick he about to,
See, I was not scanning the room
do him.
for any young ladies. What? I was not doing. I was focused on learning.
One, Stephanie.
I was focused on learning.
I made up her name, because I could say her name, but it's Stephanie.
I was anxious about learning something new.
Okay.
I was focused. How we get here?
Because we just saying how because they said months.
We're gonna fast forward a
Really?
little bit. We're gonna fast forward.
And so then we just became best friends.
Yeah.
I think we did everything together.
We did.
We I mean, like literally, we would stay at Steak and Shake after work till 2-3 o'clock in the morning,
Just talking.
laughing and talking. Come to my house, watch crazy movies or whatever the case is. Whatever. What is the movie that I said reminded me of you? Was it Get Plenty?
Have Plenty.
Have Plenty.
Have Plenty.
If y'all have not watched the movie, watch Have Plenty.
Still say this dude, not me.
That was Sanchez.
No, not
That's
even
all I
me
got
at
to
all.
say.
Not even close to me.
So we just kept going and just having a good time. And I would try to hook him up with females because I
You
thought
had
they were
bad taste in women.
whatever.
You had very bad taste in women.
I felt they were good for him. They were.
You had very bad
did
taste
not.
in women.
I just thought he was a really good dude. And
But okay. So you thought I was a really good dude, but you hooked me up. You tried to hook me up with every crazy person you could find.
I did not. I didn't.
was a
Okay,
whole
here's the
setup.
thing. I didn't know they were crazy at the time. Now all of them weren't really crazy. They were different. I was giving you like a buffet of women, and so you didn't need the same kind of woman. You need to see
okay.
what you like. Pick and choose, right?
Anyway,
Anyway,
family.
So then at that point, I think about 4 months in, we just realized that we were. I knew that like I said before, that I loved Sanchez, but I just did not want to marry him. Or we didn't think about marriage at the time, but I knew I did not want to be with him because I cherish his friendship so much, and I was terrified to think that if we did anything other than be really good friends, that I would lose that. I would mourn my best friend.
Yeah.
So that was one of my issues.
because to be honest, so like I said, we met in late August, became really close friends very quickly. The topic of marriage actually did not come up until like January.
Yeah. When you proposed.
Yeah, it was like
We never talked about
'cause
marriage
seriously,
or anything.
because we were quote unquote engaged for only like a couple of weeks.
Was that a week?
I don't even think of
Maybe good 2.
two at the absolute most 3.
We even had. Did we have an engagement party?
No,
We had a party after the wedding.
I didn't even give you a ring.
We didn't have nothing.
No.
We didn't. People, we didn't do nothing.
Yeah, because I
No,
didn't.
wait. No. Because what did your sister give us?
That was a wedding. That was a wedding.
Okay.
That was after the wedding.
Got you. Okay. I had to
Yeah.
remember.
No, that was after the wedding. No, she did a very beautiful job.
Yeah, she did.
But that was after the wedding.
Yeah.
That was more of our reception.
We didn't ring. We didn't date.
I did propose.
You did. He did propose.
I did propose.
I did laugh. It was not intentional.
Yeah.
It threw me off.
Because I got on my knee and we still saw eye to eye.
Yes, and I know I've told this story before, but he was like, I can't breathe. I'm like, breathe. What is wrong with you? Breathe. He's like, okay, wait, okay. I'm like, what is your problem? He was like, will you marry me? What?
Yeah. So to answer the second part of that question, because I think part of it was, were you scared?
Were you scared?
I didn't think about it long enough to be scared.
All I know is I heard myself say no again because I didn't want to I didn't want to lose my best friend, right? I didn't see it as a gain in case we didn't make it, like I was like, what? And so all I heard was no, but out my mouth I said yes. I don't even know how that worked. That was a God thing because I promise you in my mind I was like, no.
Yeah, and for me, I didn't even realize I was proposing until I proposed.
Ain't that weird?
Because it was not my intention.
Right.
Yeah, and we've talked about it before, so we're kind of rehashing some older conversations.
Right.
But at that point, I had already been married.
Right.
I had already been divorced.
Yes.
I was married a little over a year. Mm-hmm. Too long for it to be annulled.
Right.
So I couldn't get it annulled. And so at that point, I'm not doing this again because I didn't want to be that dude.
Yeah.
I didn't want to be that person.
And several
marriages because as much as I love my family, but multiple marriages running my family.
Right.
I didn't want to be that person. I didn't want to be that statistic. I didn't want to be another person out here with multiple. I just did not want to be that dude.
Right.
Because I took marriage seriously.
Right.
And so because I had already had a really bad situation and a bad marriage, I didn't want to do that again. So marrying you was not on my radar. Right.
And the crazy part about I always knew in my heart of heart that I wanted to be a wife.
Right.
But because of the way that I was raised, a lot of our family members, the women in our family were not married, and it wasn't like, and they gave you these stories, like the reason why I'm not married is because girl, right. So that for me, so when you said it, I blew my own self away, but I said yes. And at that point, the funny part about that, at that point, we got literally, this is no lie, I don't know if you remember it this way. You tell me if you do. We literally got up, we hugged each other, kissed, and we went on about our business because we had to work later.
Yeah.
It was not even. It was not even like, oh my God, call several people, call a friend, tell some. It was none of that. It was like literally. It was like, okay, getting married, and then we got married because we would have had a wedding, but my mother didn't do right.
Yeah, it went from like it's just gonna be a handful of people to like it was 300 people on this,
and we just were not going to do.
I only know 5 people. And
we were
3
like,
of them are siblings.
Listen, we was not gonna do it. We were like, no. So we took our siblings to the Justice Peace with us.
Yeah.
And we got married with our children.
And our nieces and nephew.
And we got our tail back in.
Niece and nephews, right?
Yeah. Jada.
Yeah.
Yeah. And got back in the car.
Love you, sissy.
Got back in the car and went to Ryan's Steakhouse. Buffet. Mm-hmm. That was our reception. And then we got dropped back to the house, took off our wedding clothes, got dressed.
Took it on to work.
And took it on to work.
Yep, went to work.
Seriously. So I don't even think we had time to be scared of anything. It was like it was supposed to be. It was like fluid. It wasn't even bumpy. It was just fluid. Like we just knew that we were it. That's all.
I think what happened with that, and please don't mistake what we're saying, family. It's not. We take marriage very seriously. We do. We take it very serious. That's why we talk about marriage so much. That's why this podcast is dedicated to marriage.
Yes.
Of course, single people, please listen. Learn something. But our purpose is to rebuild marriages. Yeah. That's what we're here for. To help married couples look at marriage in a different light and to bring different perspective
and be honest and open to the people who are listening to us who are thinking about getting married. So we're trying to open this up so it doesn't seem like such a spooky and scary, intense thing that
you kind of know what you're getting into.
Yeah, there's no time frame for marriage or love. It just is.
Yeah. So when we say these things, we didn't take it lightly.
We're not being flippant.
Yeah, it's just for us when it came to it, we did it. We did that like we do kind of everything else in our life. It felt right. All right, let's just see what happens. Yeah, let's just do it and see what happens. We knew that we loved each other.
Right.
We knew that the love that we have for each other was deep.
Yes.
We knew that either way it go, we were going to be in each other's lives forever. We knew that. We just thought it was going to be his best friend.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, I'm like, shorty married me. Yeah.
I think we both knew, but I think at that moment, we just looked at each other and was like, you are it, though.
Yeah.
Like, wow, but you light-skinned, though. Because I know when I gave my letter to the Lord, I said, dark-skinned, dreads, you light-skinned and tall.
Here's the thing, though.
You got the dreads, though, bro.
I'm getting the locks.
You sexy.
I don't know if I'll ever do the dogs thing.
No, you're not going to do the dogs.
But I'm doing the locks. But here's the thing, though. You're not Asian.
Right. See that?
Yeah, because
I don't even cook in that manner.
Yeah, because my whole thing was I had always said that the next person I was going to be with, the next woman I was going to be with,
yes, you did.
She's going to be Asian.
Yeah, that didn't happen for him.
Didn't happen at all.
No, that's why when you make plans, God is laughing like y'all are so crazy. And it's so, and again, even with this is the thing about our family. Our children already knew. Yeah, they was like, I remember. I don't know if it was our middle son. He was like, "That's your dude," and I'm like, "Who?" I'm like, Sanchez. I said, Sanchez is my road dog. That's my boy. You know, like I'm like all, and he looking like, okay, ma. And he just went on by his business. I get the kids already knew, and then even with that, you had asked their permission a day before.
The oldest son.
The oldest one.
I had a conversation with him.
He just wanted to get rid of me anyway.
Yeah, because I needed to understand that that I loved you. That I loved them. I loved them for them, not just because they were with you. Right. And because he wasn't the man of the house, but he was the oldest son. Right. And there was a certain responsibility that he had. Yeah. And I just wanted him to know that, that I'm here. Right. So we had a conversation. It was a good conversation.
I love the fact that you said we're going to partner in this together. Yeah. Right. And I love that when we came together, it was like we switch. You take the daughter. I take the sons, and this is how we're gonna do this
Flip it
thing.
around.
We're gonna flip it, and this is how we're gonna do it. So scared, we can't. I wish I could say we were scared, but we were not. We just
fear.
went with it.
And maybe we were naive. Maybe
Maybe.
maybe if we thought about it a little longer, we would have had some
Right.
fear to it.
Right.
But not fear. A lot of things came to mind. A lot of emotions came to mind.
But fear wasn't it.
But fear wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
Now, what I do have a couple of regrets though.
Okay, let's talk about it.
The regrets I have is that some conversations that we should have had
Yeah.
in the beginning,
Yeah.
we didn't have.
We didn't have.
And we've touched on that before.
Right.
But that's the only thing that I wish we would have done different.
Yeah.
Everything else I wouldn't change.
Yeah.
I wouldn't change the 6 months. I wouldn't change the 2-week engagement.
Right.
I wouldn't change going to the justice of the peace.
2 week engagement with no ring, y'all. How he engaged to somebody with no ring, y'all?
Hey,
And the crazy
21 years later.
21 years, and I have the same band.
Yeah.
I have the same band. No,
And she won't let me get her another one.
no stones, no anything. The same, just one beautiful gold band, and I'm good to go. Now, maybe when I'll change my mind years from now, who knows? But right now, I'm okay with that. I'm really okay with that.
How do you know God has a sense of humor?
Every time I make a plan. But anyway, how you know?
The duck-billed platypus.
You
Have you ever seen a duck-billed platypus?
gonna do this right now?
That's how you know God has a sense of humor.
You always-
God took a beaver
okay.
and a duck and said, "Here."
I think that's what he did. He took me and you and said,
He said,
here. So here's the next question. This is the part B to it. I was like, ooh, let me think about that. Would you allow your children to do it? What we did, 6 months.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh.
When I read that,
I may be a little hypocritical on that one.
to be honest, I would be like, yeah,
See, okay.
yeah.
Here's where, and I'm gonna be honest.
You about to be wrong because you better not be safe for my daughter. No.
See?
I already knew.
Okay,
I already
here's
knew.
the thing.
I already knew you was gonna do that. I already knew. Don't do it.
Here's the thing.
Don't do the ting.
Here's the thing.
Don't do the ting, bruh. Don't do the thing.
In certain ways, if I think about it long enough, I may tad bit be
Chauvinistic?
a little male chauvinistic.
Oh no, you are. I just want you to know. No, you are.
If I think about it long enough,
Yeah.
in certain aspects. Okay. So if I'm honest,
Yeah. I'm saying yes.
yeah.
But go
If-
ahead for you.
Yeah, and I know this sounds wrong. And family, there's still some things in my life that God He's working through. So
It's about to.
it probably is, and I know
the
who I'm gonna hear
emails.
from. I know who I'm gonna hear from.
There's certain ladies that you know.
I already know who
It's
I'm gonna hear from.
3 that's gonna get you. But you go ahead.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
it's some very vocal members of the family.
Yes. Go ahead.
If my sons came to me and had a conversation
Mm-hmm.
about, they met this young lady.
Yeah.
They've known her for X amount of months, and they're looking at proposing, and they want to.
Right.
We would have a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
We would still have a conversation,
Right.
but it would sit easier with me than if my daughter came to me and said, "This dude, and we've known each other for X amount."
Why is your body language? Why is your posture different
I'm
when you
just
start
saying.
talking about your daughter though? That's what I need to know.
It's because it's different.
You put your hands down, you okay?
Yeah, I'm just saying it's different. I guess, and when I say this, I know it's wrong. But if my son screw up, that's somebody else's problem.
Oh wow.
I know that's wrong.
Oh wow.
I know it's wrong. I know it's wrong. But you hurt my daughter.
It becomes your problem.
That's my problem.
It becomes your problem.
And now it's a problem with the law. And now I gotta move. I can't even live here no more. I like living here.
But the fun part about
I gotta
that,
leave my job. I like my job.
the fun part about that is your kids come back because your kids are very vocal children.
Very vocal.
And your daughter be like, but no.
Yeah.
Because you and mommy did 6 months, 6 hot months.
Now, okay. Here's the thing. Would I attempt to stop it? No.
Okay. Very good.
I would not, but some conversations have to be had.
Some hardcore.
Some hardcore conversations.
With her or him?
both.
With both. Okay.
So a conversation with just her would have to be had.
Right.
A conversation with just him definitely has to be had.
Now, is that with you and her brothers or just you? Because I just want to make sure I'm clear on the content of conversation.
It's going to be with just me first. And then I'm going to see what kind of answers he gives.
Right.
And my boys are going to be on speed dial.
Okay.
and we'll handle it from there.
You and your sons are handling it from there.
Yeah, we handle it from there. And then a conversation with the three of us would have to be had with, and I'm not excluding you, but I'm just saying a conversation with him, her, and myself would have to be had.
Yeah, I would do the same thing.
Yeah, because it's some things I need to understand, and it's some things that he has to understand, because he has to understand that when you inherit her, you're not just inheriting her.
That's right.
You inherit her brothers. You inherit her uncles. You inherit her father. You inherit her cousins.
Yeah.
And we ain't all nice dudes.
Right. So you inherit it all.
You inherit it all.
Right.
And so your parents don't have to get a black suit. I'ma need you.
So you choosing violence
every day.
You choosing violence.
You gotta understand. When it comes to my kids, when it comes to my sons, when it comes to my daughter, when it comes to you, I choose violence.
I don't choose violence.
I'm just saying, I choose violence.
That's over here.
But
you be the nice guy. But I think I would, you know what? Let him do it. And I think if that would have been a question, to be honest, that someone asked me maybe 10 years ago,
right,
I might have been just as hypocritical as you are right now, sir.
Oh, I'm being a hypocrite.
But now where I am, I'm like, no, do it. Just do it, because sometimes we have a tendency of putting our fears on our children, and I've lived through that, and it stumps their growth. So if that's something they want to do, yes, we're going to have real dialogue, going to have real conversations, right, but I don't want to push my fears and my paranoia on them. And I think when you started talking about that, I thought about the fact that is the reason why our family, not my family, but when I say our family, but your side of the family, was so upset, because they did not get an opportunity to meet me, see me, or even know me. Yeah. I was kind of thrust upon them.
You were thrust.
I was thrust, right? And so that's where everybody was a little bit upset about that. And I could understand. It's like our kids come up oh my God, what's her name? Vanessa came home with the
Stay out my mind. Stay out my mind. Dabness. Stay out my mind, because I was actually about to say that, because and for anyone who does not remember that episode,
Cosby Show, boy.
The Cosby Show. I don't care how you feel.
But that show,
to be honest, I don't care how you feel about the person. I'm talking about the art.
Yeah,
I'm talking about the show, the art form, and what that show and what that art form, the legacy that art form left.
And that particular episode,
and for those who don't remember, so it's when their middle daughter,
Vanessa,
had went away to college, had came back, and she had brought her fiance home. I'm doing the air quotes. She brought her fiance,
Dabness home.
And he was an older gentleman. He was older than her, a lot older than her.
Yeah, the whole family at the table.
Yeah, the whole family. And Cliff said, okay, so I invite you to dinner, and you sit down. What's your favorite meal? And he was like, steak and potatoes. He's like, okay. So
but backtrack, put a little bit. I want to, because I need to just picture this part too. Vanessa and Dabness can understand why he was being treated a certain
kind of way. Yeah,
they weren't nasty to him, but they were not welcoming.
They were not welcoming.
They were not welcoming either.
They were not welcoming at all.
So now tell that part.
And so they're sitting around at the dinner table. Cliff asks him, what's your favorite meal? He says steak and potatoes. And he's like, okay, so I'm fixing your meal. Fixing your steak and potatoes. I think he said your favorite meal, like asparagus. And I take it and I'm cooking the onions and I'm sauteing it and I get it just right. And I present it to you and it's beautiful and it's perfect and you're hungry. Now I take that meal and I go to the trash can. I take the trash can and I take the lid off the trash can.
Right.
And I put that meal on the trash can lid and I present it to you. That's the way she presented you to us.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I realized sitting here, that is how I presented you to my family.
Wow, that's another trigger. That just triggered a thought process of why they couldn't stomach me at the time.
Yeah, because I did not present you right. I didn't present you well.
We never even thought about that. Literally,
I still don't like the way they handled it, but I understand.
I know, but you know what I love about doing the Crenshaw Corner and just not even discussing anything before we get on the mic? For that reason right there, I never considered how you presented me to them.
Yeah.
Like with nothing. Like, I'm married, this is my wife, and them saying, well, you were just married, and that's the part I was gonna, I don't know if actually in 21 years, I don't know if we've ever had this conversation. Let's have it.
That's actually the way I got married the first time.
Wow. Are you serious?
The first time I got married.
Wow.
because all right, so and I've never mentioned this on the show, but my biological mother we don't live in the same state anymore.
Right.
So when I was in my late teens, my biological mother moved out of state. I didn't initially go with her, and I just dropped the mic. Sorry, family.
You found out you out here dropping the
Yeah,
mic.
I didn't initially go with her. I stayed back, but after a while I did. But anyway, so she was in another state, and I had family here.
Right.
But at that time, we had kind of lost contact. A little strange. Lost contact a little bit. So when I got married the first time, nobody from my family was there.
Wow.
It was all her family.
Wow.
We got married in her church with her pastor.
Wow.
With her, the only person that was there for me was my god brother.
I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
He was the only one. He was there to represent me. He was my best man.
Right.
But there was nobody in my family.
Right.
Because I didn't even tell him.
Wow.
Actually, I didn't.
Right.
So it wasn't until after we got married, and it might have been maybe a couple of weeks.
Wow.
It wasn't immediately, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then phone call, hey guys, guess what?
Yeah.
I'm married.
Yeah.
And then that didn't work out. That didn't work out well. And then I realized I did the same with this one.
Right. So your presentation,
was
horrible.
off.
So your presentation for me was so horrible that it affected a relationship.
Yeah.
With your side, with our family basically. Yeah. But on your side, where for me, my family's like, all right. Now the only person that would not deal with you was my dad.
Miss Pop.
My dad was like, no, I don't know him.
Your pop wouldn't even talk to me.
You ain't want me to get to know him. So obviously that's what you want to do. I'm not going to stop you, but don't bring him around me. Oh, wait. Because even when we went to New York to meet him, he would not talk to you.
Nah, not at all.
He talked out the window. Remember, he was looking out the window.
Yeah, screaming down.
But he just would not. And so finally, Sanchez went in a room, and from that they became inseparable at that point. That was my dude. Love him. Oh my goodness.
But I had an epiphany.
Yeah.
Because I never thought about that.
Wow.
But I made the same mistake twice.
Yeah.
Not marrying you. That's not the mistake.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, but the way I presented you. Yeah. The way I brought
on the trash can lid.
Yeah, the way I brought you into this family. It was I had this wonderful gift.
Yeah.
That I wrapped in garbage.
Yeah, that you wrapped in garbage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. We never discussed that. I never even thought. Like I said, that was a trigger moment when we started talking. I was like, you know what? That's what happened with our side of the family, with your side of the family. That is what happened. The presentation, how you presented me to them. And then if that wasn't enough, the fact that I was older per se, and as your family said, a ready-made family.
Right.
Right? We were already 10 years apart. So they was really not trying to hear you at that point.
Already 10 years apart.
Anything about me.
I had a child.
Right.
You had 3.
Yes.
But here's the thing. That was the part I never understood, though.
Right.
Already, I'm stepping into a ready-made family.
Right.
But I already had a family.
Right.
I already had a child.
Right. The family was already there.
Yeah, I already had a child.
Right.
So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. But yeah, and then it just didn't go well.
Yeah. It's amazing that we're having this conversation because that is crazy.
And you know what? And when I think about it, I would have reacted the same way.
I think so too.
Now this is across the board.
I don't care what kid it is.
I don't care which kid it is. If one of the kids
roll up here,
come home or call me, because we didn't even have that conversation face to face. That was a phone call.
Yeah. Which one for us?
Yeah. I'm talking about from initially from a biological.
Time.
Yeah.
Because we went to the house.
That was after the fact, though.
After we got married. I'm just saying, but that's how it all went down.
Yeah. But but if one of my kids called me like, hey, by the way, guess what? I's married now, like Suge Avery. We gonna have a whole problem.
Yeah.
So I'm hypocritical.
Yeah, and I think that kind of, as we're discussing it, made my eyes open just a little bit more to understanding how we got here.
Yeah.
How we got here. So that's amazing. That's crazy. So to answer that question, because we went everywhere just to answer that one question, but I would definitely say where I am in my mind and my spirit right now, absolutely. Go for it, guys. Yeah. Go for it.
And I would, once again, knowing I'm being hypocritical, and knowing for me, there's a double standard.
There is.
It is.
Wow, Crenshaw.
Yeah, I would be more open for my sons. But my daughter and I are going to have a long talk. She got to do some lot of convincing for me.
Not convincing.
A whole lot of convincing for me.
A whole lot of. But what if she just said, you know what, Daddy, I understand, I hear what you're saying, but I'm doing it anyway.
Yeah, see, she know me well enough to know.
That's not gonna go good.
Nah, that conversation.
She need to find. I think she need to just to rework it or reword it.
Yeah, because at that point, I'll give a shaking baby syndrome. At that point, I'm just saying, I will.
You done move. You done switch your legs 2 or 3 times. Let's get off this topic about this little girl because
make the back of her head touch the back of her neck.
Hello, you
saying.
done? Hello. Okay, so
shaking, not stirred.
You done?
Yeah, I'm done now.
You done? Okay, so the next question, hey, no, should I do that one? Well, either way, it's gonna get done. How have you helped each other grow? Ooh.
You go first.
Ooh, let me see.
Because I know my answers, but you go first.
I think you've made me more calmer. I think that you...
This is calm.
Yeah, this is calm. I think that you showed me a different way of thinking.
Okay.
You have always had a different perspective.
Right.
I think we both have for each other, but definitely you've taught me how to loosen up.
Okay.
Being a single mom and in the beginning of that doesn't mean they didn't have others, but I'm just saying for me, being a single mom and to realize that everything is on me, right? Whether I like it or not, or whether I chose it or not, it's on me. And you showed me, I remember when we first got together and, I'm doing it all. And you was like, so what do your sons do? And I'm like, no, they help or whatever. And I remember you was like, we're not doing this. Guys, somebody come get this garbage. Like, that's your last garbage run. You know what? Don't start nothing you ain't gonna finish. Because now, you be like, babe, you go get that garbage before you leave.
I mean, you're already going out.
You already going out, babe. You go get that garbage.
I take it most of the time.
That making sure, like, when you went to work, like, hey, guys, your mother's your responsibility. So make sure that door is locked. Like, make sure that all the locks is on that door. Make sure all the windows are locked. Like, those things that you were doing that I never even thought about. I'm like, locking doors. Just lock the door. You talking about windows, doors, responsibility, make sure, listen out. And I'm like, what is all of that? So I think you kind of softened my grip that I had to do everything and be all. And I think, too, you softened my grip and you showed me how to raise sons. Because I was so mothering and so mothering and smothering, same thing to me, okay? Amen? And you were like, and you're going to let him he's going to have to learn.
Right.
You're going to have to let them go. And you're going to have to, and for me, because I came from New York, everything is about protection and survival. So to come to Charlotte and all this space, and it's so much space, and I don't know where my children are, was so far, so I held on to them so tight, and you were like, no, they know their way home. What is wrong with you? So I think that you showed me how to take care of myself. You showed me how to, like, hey, you look tired, go sit down. That's not the way you normally put an A in front of it, sit your A down, but still.
That's my favorite line.
And you just taught me that it was okay, to need somebody,
right,
and trust somebody to be there for you when you need them. And I think that for me grew me expeditiously, because at that point I had freedom to just be whenever I wanted to be. And that for me, so you helped me grow in that area. You helped me grow my perspective, but you also helped me grow. You just dropping the mic. I know I'm deep. I'm deep, brother. No, go ahead. You done dropped the mic 1,000 times. I know I'm deep, but you also taught me how to, what's the word I'm looking for? I want to get a good word. Webster. No, I'm only playing. You also taught me how to basically relax, release. I guess if I could just say that.
You out here being Whitley Gibbert
now. That it doesn't have to be the way that I do it. Somebody else can do it. And again, it's just give me the freedom to just be. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And I grew from that. So yeah. What about you?
For me, that's really simple. First of all, when we first met, I was angry.
Mm-hmm.
When you and I first met,
yeah.
I was angry about a lot in life.
Yeah.
one of my favorite lines was always, I only got one emotion, and it's anger. And for the most time, that's all I showed.
You did.
I was very angry. So there was a lot of things in my life at that time that I was dealing with, a lot of situations I was dealing with, a lot of chapters that I had not closed, a lot of wounds that had not healed. And so I was just angry. It was a ball of anger. So one thing that you helped me grow through was releasing a lot of that anger, understanding the things I could change, the things I couldn't, things I need to let go. You helped me understand that. Also, you brought me out of my shell a lot. I'm an introvert. I'm naturally an introvert.
You are.
Which is crazy.
People don't even know that, really.
But I'm naturally an introvert. If I could go through a day
and not say
a word,
ooh, his life is joy.
That is a perfect day for me.
Not married to this wife.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Like literally not say a word. And I'm not talking about it like how people use the word literally now, where they like, I'm gonna literally fly to the moon. No, that's not the word literal.
He's serious, y'all. He's serious.
Yeah, I'm dead serious. Like if I could literally not only open my mouth to eat and breathe, and I'll breathe through my nose, I'm good.
Sorry, guys, that's cracking me up.
Yeah,
because he's so serious.
But you help me understand personal relationships. You know, that's the best way for me to say it, to kind of sum it up.
Right.
You help me understand personal relationships and the importance of personal relationships, and not being onto my own island,
right?
And
you
not
need a community.
Yeah, you have to have a community. And one of the things that you helped me grow through was understanding that.
Yeah.
Also, you helped me become a better man, just in general.
Thank you, babe.
Because when we first met, I was a teenager.
We back to that again. I can't stand you.
Nah, but all seriousness, you helped me be a better father. You helped me be a better person. You pushed me like no one else has ever pushed me in my life. Because you genuinely did not want anything from me. You came into this relationship not wanting anything from me. You didn't want me to do anything for you. You didn't want me to give you anything. You just wanted me.
Yeah.
You just wanted to be my friend.
My best friend.
Yeah. And that was something that I had never experienced. Wow. Because in every situation in my life, in every relationship that I've ever been in, whether it was a friendship, whether it was a dating relationship, whatever it was, that person always needed something from me. I always checked a box for them.
Wow.
Or always filled in a blank for them.
Right.
And it was always about what I did for them or what I could do for them.
Right.
And you were the only person that was like, no, what can I do for you?
Yeah.
How can I help you?
Yeah.
What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? What do you want to do?
Yeah.
You and I have talked about it before. The reason it's so hard for me to sit down and articulate, making a plan or what are my dreams or what are my goals or what am I working towards? Because up until you, no one ever asked me that question.
Wow.
No one ever asked me, what are your dreams?
Yeah.
What are you looking to do? What are your goals?
Right.
That's why it's so hard. Even now at 43 years old, it's hard for me to sit down and set. Now, if my boss come to me and say, what are your goals for our team, for the company, professionally, I can sit down and do that. I can do that easily.
Right.
But for my personal, like, what are your personal goals?
Right. When we go into our meetings,
that's so hard for me.
Yeah.
Because I promise you, and not saying that I've never had people love me, because I've had some great people around me.
Right.
And I've had some genuine love around me.
Yeah.
But no one ever asked me, what are your goals?
What are your goals?
What do you want to accomplish?
Right.
They always ask, what are you doing?
With that kind of face?
Yeah, with that kind of
face. The one that you just
gave? That kind of face. You know, that black mama face. What you doing?
What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that, but to sit down and be like, honestly, Chaz, what do you want to accomplish in life? What are you doing? What are your goals? What are your aspirations?
Yeah.
I was always good for asking other people that.
Right.
And doing my best to help them navigate that.
Because that's what you gave to me.
Yeah,
that's what you gave to me too.
But nobody ever sat down and took the time to be like, well, what do you want to do?
Right.
That's why, and I say it all the time. And when I say this to people, they look at me like I'm crazy because they think I'm joking, but I'm dead serious. Up until I was 13, I was trying to figure out how to be Batman.
Right.
Because that was the only thing
that you could think of.
That was the only thing I could think of.
Right.
I'm trying to figure out at 13, how can I be Batman?
Yeah, this is gonna be good too.
I'm gonna figure this thing out.
Right.
Because no one ever took the time to do that until I met you.
Right.
And then you opened that door. You was like, okay, well, babe, what do you want?
Yeah.
What do you want to do? What do you want to be? Where do you see yourself?
Right.
And so that's how you helped me grow. I appreciate you for that.
Because I think we would get into, I love you, babe.
I love you too.
We get into these conversations, me and him, and I'm like, okay, what's your plan for you? What's your plan for our marriage? And what's your plan for the family? And when I first started doing that, he used to be like,
I hate them conversations.
He's like, what?
Like what?
Like
for real?
And he would
marry you. I mean, stay married. That's my plan.
He would do stuff like, that's just too deep right now, baby. I just I ain't got time, right? And I would still come back. What's the family for What's the plan for the family? What's the plan for our marriage? What's the plan for you? And so he would always be like, okay. And then finally, he got tired of me. And that's when he started realizing what he wanted to be and what he wanted to do. He wanted to write. He wanted to do poetry and spoken word. Then he started acting and all of this stuff. And I was like, oh.
Yeah, I figured out that I just want to be creative.
Yeah.
That's my thing.
There's no real title to it.
There's no real
no label for just creative.
I just want to be creative.
Yeah.
I want to create.
Yeah.
Is what I want to do.
Yeah.
So whatever medium that looks like, I just want to create
and have fun.
And have fun. So whether it's writing or whether it's because I've been in some plays and things locally and I love them. Mm-hmm. Whether it was acting or whether it's spoken word, whether it's doing the podcast, doing interviews, whatever it is. I just want to be creative. Yeah. That's the only label I have for myself. I'm a creative type. I just want to be creative. And you've opened a door to allow me to do that, just to be creative.
Yeah. You stretch me. Anybody who knows me know I'm a control person.
You? For real?
Yeah. And so you stretch me in a way to let loose. Like I said, give me freedom to grow and move about the earth. I don't have to control everything and do everything. And then you open the door, like whatever my vision and dream was, you like go for it. There was no restriction to it. Like you want to skydive and be a skydive teacher, baby, go online and find out how much it costs for you to be a skydiving teacher.
Whatever you want to do.
Like whatever you want to do. And so that has also made us creative together as well. Okay, so let me see what else we got here. Hold on.
We ain't got nothing else.
We do so.
Nope.
Yes, we do.
That was the last one?
It ain't the last one.
That was the last one.
The family gonna be okay. Hold my mule. Okay. Last question. Okay. What are you reading right now, Sanchez?
Oh.
Because that's what the question is.
That's a great question. So I am reading right now a book called Lead Like Jesus.
Okay.
Is actually what I'm reading.
And who's it by?
I couldn't tell you. If you hand me the book, because it's actually right beside you.
Okay.
Yeah, I can't tell you. I don't necessarily look at the author, to be honest with you. I just read the book. I really don't. Not unless it's James Madison. But this is actually a book by Ken Blanchard, Phil Hodges, and Phyllis Hendry.
Okay. All right. So I'm going to answer the question about what I am reading.
But how you going? You had stopped me.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Talk to me about it.
And then you had not let me finish.
I'm sorry.
This is what I'll be talking about.
Go ahead.
So Lead Like Jesus is actually a book. It's a leadership book.
Okay.
I had a previous manager that had purchased the book for me and gave it to me as a Christmas gift before at a previous job. And basically the premise of the book is that the greatest leader that ever walked the earth was Jesus. And it takes his principles, leading from the heart.
Right.
Being a great leader, it starts with the heart. You've heard that saying, a heart check.
Yeah.
So it just talks about the different principles that Jesus led with, being a servant,
right?
Not looking to be served,
right?
To be the most effective leader, you have to be willing to serve. It can't always be about you just getting. Right. That's not an effective leader. Wow. It talks about how to be an effective leader, you have to be willing to serve the people you're leading.
Right.
And then it also talks about how you don't have to have a title to be a leader.
Right.
You don't have to be in a certain level in an organization to be a leader. It talks about how you don't even have to have a job to be a leader, because you're a leader in your community.
Yes.
You're a leader with your family, with your kids, with your husband, with your wife, with your friends, in your circle. Right. So it just talks about the different principles on, Jesus' biblical principles is about how to be an effective leader. So I love it. So I'm halfway through it now.
You enjoying it?
I'm thoroughly enjoying it. What are you reading?
I am reading, excuse this word, guys. You are a badass. How to stop doubting your greatness and start living an awesome life. That's a lot right there.
That's a lot.
By Jen Sincero.
Oh, okay, cool.
Sincero. And I want to tell you guys, this was something that our baby son had, and I took the book and haven't returned it. This book is phenomenal. It basically tells you about that you're great, but not even that, but it goes so deep, like, why do you feel the way you feel? One of the areas it goes into is, why is a certain person annoying you so much? Annoying you or bothering you. So if it's a certain part, like say if you got a good friend and she annoys you so much by her attitude or whatever she's doing, why is she doing that? So it asks you to go take a look at yourself. And is there something about her that's bothering you? Have you checked yourself to see why? So it is such a good book. So if you guys get a chance, please get that book and get the one that Sanchez is talking about as well.
Lead Like Jesus.
Yes. And we must be talking about books a lot, because we had someone deliver a book to us.
We did.
Just recently. And we'll put that on Instagram. Thank you so much, sweetie. I guess because we just reading so many books, but
I'm trying to edify myself out here.
Yes, let's just read. Okay, final thought, because we gotta go. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Oh.
What's your final thought, babe?
My final thought is, live your best life. Live your best life.
I like that.
Just live. It's nothing deep. It's not even going to be deep. And guys, keep sending the questions. We thank you so much. We love you guys so much. But live your best life.
My final thought, family, ask random questions. Yeah. That's my final thought. Just ask random questions.
Yeah.
You never know what you may learn.
Yes.
So family, as always, we just thank you.
Yes.
We thank you for being a part. We thank you for listening.
Yes.
We thank you for just being there with us.
Yes.
As always, we consider ourselves an interactive podcast, which means that we can be found on the socials. We're on Instagram, we're on Twitter, we're on Facebook, all in the Crenshaw Corner.
Yes.
And of course, you can email us at any time at thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Once again, thecrenshawcorner@gmail.com. Family, however you're listening, whether it's iTunes, whether it's Podbean, whether it's Spotify, whether it's Google Play, whether it's Amazon Music, whether it's iHeartRadio, on our own personal website at www.thecrenshawcorner.com. We just thank you. And family, as always, welcome to our journey.
We love you guys. Bye.